Revelations 3 and 11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone and teaching well. And as always, peace and salutations out there to the elect. All right, so Brother Benaiah coming back at you with a quick lesson. I'm going to entitle this lesson, Don't Let a Nigga with Nothing to Lose Take Away Everything You Have to Lose. All right. And what is ultimately everything that we have to lose, whether that crown that is laid up, you know. But I want to get that word crown right here in Revelation chapter 3 and verse 11. All right. All right. It's Strong's G 4735. Stephanos. All right. I'm going to go straight to it. It says a crown, a mark of royal or in general exalted rank. Okay. You see, he says a wreath or a garland, which is given as a prize to victors in public games. It says a metaphor, the eternal blessedness, which will be given as a prize to the genuine servants of the Most High in Yahweh Shai, the crown or the wreath, which is a reward of the righteousness. You see, and that's ultimately, what we have to lose, man. You see, we have that's our everything, man. 'Cause this truth is our everything, man. We have nothing in this world, you know. Before we came into the truth, man, we truly, was in a Gentile state of mind, all right, to where we thought, everything that we had carnally, you know what I'm saying, this shit that we had on this side was, that was our everything, but when we came into this truth, we understood that, like Solomon said, man, this shit is nothing but vanity, man, and ultimately if a man dies, you know, all the shit that he gained on the earth, all right, is given to somebody else, so he takes nothing with him. You see, but this truth, when the Lord woke us up into this truth, man, he gave us something that's precious, more precious than anything that you can have on this side, man, cornerly. You see, the Lord put us he gave us the best thing that you can possess on the planet Earth, man. You see, and Esau can't take it away, you know, what's like you have to fight. Let me say that you have to fight the whole fast what the Lord has gave us. You know what I'm saying? It's truth. You see, because at the end of it is a crown. Let's go to the book of Second Timothy's, man, because Paul spoke about it. Okay. Because like I said, we're living in a time so where the majority of people, they have no fear of the Most High, they have no vision for the future, and they have nothing eternal to lose, man. You see, and as believers in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, we have everything to lose, man. Our crown, our reward, our place in the kingdom. You see, because like the definition said, it says what that rank. You see, so we have to guard what the Most High has given us, all right, and not be influenced by reckless people who have no hope, all right, and ultimately no inheritance, man. Okay. So let's get this in the book of Second Timothy chapter 4 in verse 7 and 8. Okay. It says, I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. All right, this is Paul, right? It says, henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but unto all them that love his appearing. Okay. And that's the point, man. Paul was telling us, Paul was reminding us that we have a crown, awaiting, but if you stay faithful, all right, until the end, let me say that it's not going to be automatically given to you. All right. You got to finish the course and keep the faith, you see. And there are going to be people who want to drag you down in this world. Okay. They're going to want to be, they're going to be, everything is, from the world to family members are going to tug at you, you know, people at your job is going to, they're going to try to take your crown, man. And it's ultimately the demons on them, man. You see, it's ultimately the demons that's on these people. All right. When you face with a situation at the job, or in traffic or at the store, you see, these demons that's on these people are constantly trying to get us, to lose, to let go of that crown, man. You see, let me get this in matter of fact, let's go to damn. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 1, all right, in verse 10. You see, it says, my son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. Okay. Because like I said, man, you're gonna be pulled, all right, by everything in this world. Everything in this world is gonna try to take you out of this truth, man. You see, when you first come into the truth, you have to understand that You're gonna lose those so-called relationships that you had with your particular family members. You know what I'm saying? With friends, so-called friends that you have in this world. You see why? Because it's truth, like Yahweh Shah said himself, I have chosen thee out of the world. So you're no longer a part of that mindset of the world. You're no longer a part of that, that circle that these people, that the mass majority of these people are clumped in, man. You see? And they're gonna try to pull at you, especially like I said, you new into the faith, you learn that you're Israelite, you may have particular family members that you cut for, you know what I'm saying? And you come into the truth, you try to tell them about it, they don't receive it because it was not meant for them. The Lord gave you that treasure, then what does it ultimately do? It affects that relationship that you had with these people. You no longer have that same connection, man. And, they're gonna try to pull you back. Like I said, especially coming to the truth. But as time goes on, and you develop, and your roots get deeper into your how about Shem Shai, all right, that no longer have effect on you. You know. But when you first coming in, your family members, oh, you don't spend it, you don't do this, you don't come around no more, you don't do this, man. Come on, man. You may, you may used to smoke in the world. You know what I'm saying? You don't smoke no more. You don't do this, and they think it's strange, like the scriptures say. They think it's strange that you run out with them in the same conduct, roughly paraphrasing. Okay, I think it's in the book of Ephesians or one of them, man, goes into that. They think it's strange. Matter of fact, real quick. Okay, it's Peter's, not not Ephesians, Salaki. All right, this is First Peter's chapter 4 and verse 4. I'm gonna start at let's start at verse 3. It says, For the times past of our lives may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles when we walked in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, reveling, banqueting, and abominable idolatries, wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you. Yeah. You see, I remember a brother, I think it was one of the brothers from LA, did a video going into basically being, how when you come into the truth, it basically makes you a black sheep of the family. You know, your family members start speaking evil of you. And that happens, man. That's a part of the truth, man. Yahweh Shah told us, man, you're gonna have to drink of this cup. You know, that's part of the cup that you got to drink, man. And like you said at the Passover, drink ye all of it. We got to drink it all, man. You see, you ain't gonna be able to slide or get away. No, you have to walk the straight gate. And that's a part of it being evilly spoken of. You know, but going back into the point, like it said in Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 10, don't let the world incite you, or people incite you to do evil, man. Consent not to it. All right. Let's go to Corinthians, man. Because like I said, you don't supposed to have the same, coming into the truth, you don't supposed to have the same mindset, man. And you still hanging with these people, in a world, they can corrupt you. You see? Just as you got an apple or a banana. Let's say an apple, for example. You have a whole bunch of apples sitting in a bowl, and one of them is rotten. Well, if you don't remove that, eventually, that apple is going to affect the rest of the apples, man. It's going to eventually, spoil them all. Okay. Salak, this is gonna be a quick lesson. Salak, if I'm everywhere with it too. This First Corinthians chapter 15 and where is it? Verse 33. Yeah, 33. It says, "Be not deceived; evil communication corrupt good manners." Okay, that's right. Because at the end of the day, the enemy, these Satan and these demons, they often, oftentimes, shit, hell no, they always use people, all right, who are already lost or careless, man. You see, like I said earlier, these people have no crown, they have no reward or no, they have no eternal, they have nothing eternal to lose, man. So they're careless. You see. So, like I said, Satan is going to use these people. You get put in situations at your job. People just act like assholes. People get you fired. On some bullshit. Brothers in lost job by people lying on them, man. You see, that's a part of this truth, man. But at the end of the day, we have to conduct ourselves according to the scriptures, man. As the scriptures say, no, don't render evil for evil. You know, that's a part of turning the other cheek, man. It's not actually being slapped in the face and then you hear it, you slap this other side. No, that means letting these people have it, letting a nigga cut you off in traffic, or a nigga, nigga think you, shit, whatever it may be you face with that goes back into these These demons that's on these people trying to get you to trying to take your crown, man. You see, trying to take your crown, man. You know, and like I said, man, they're in the mindset of shit. If I'm going down, I'm gonna take your ass with me. You see, so we gotta protect our minds, man. Okay, when these things happen, you gotta protect your mind and your circle, man. I know the elder Yatazak always say it in the chats, man. Protect your energy, bro. You on social media, hey, you sometimes you gotta push, you gotta protect your energy, man, and that's true. You see, and ultimately, when you face with these situations, what do you do? Where you resist Satan, all right, like the scripture saying, he shall flee. Okay, how do you resist Satan? Well, how did our Lord do it when he was tempted? You see, well, he used the scriptures, man. That's how you resist Satan. That's how you defeat, all right, these demons by reverting back to the scriptures, man, because ultimately they have no power. All right, these demons have no power over the word of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, and these are tools that we can combat. All right, these demons with these demons that's in your thought, that fucking thought that can't come in your fucking head, man. This nigga think, you people think I'm a hoe. You think I'm a fucking hoe. You're trying that demon are trying to prove yourself. No, man, you gotta let these people have it. Ultimately, that's these things. They trying to take that crown from you, man. You see, we have to stay focused on the bigger, all right, on the bigger picture, which is what that crown, that eternal, our reward, that place in the kingdom, man. You see, our eternal, all right, our eternal reward, man. You see, so let's go to Book of Colossians, man, to back that point up. Colossians chapter 3, all right, in verse 1, it says, if ye then be risen with Hamashiach, seek those things which are above, where Hamashiach sitteth on the right hand of the Most High. Set your affections on things above, not on things on the earth. You see, and that's another thing. The curls of the world, man. Like how I gave that parable, man, about the seed on the particular seeds. Well, the cares of the world, man. They can drag you away. Money can drag you away. Everything, all right, in this life, man, is trying to take you away, all right, from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, man. And it's a constant battle every day that the Lord allows you to crack your eyes open, man. You see. It's a constant battle when you set your foot on that. When you set your foot on the ground when you getting out your bed, the battle begins, man. Even sometime when you sleep, man. Brothers have demons fucking with brothers, while they sleep. You know, it's a constant battle, man, of everything trying to take that. Everything is trying to take the crown away from us, man. You see, and like I said, we got to constantly set our affections on things that is above, man. You see. Let's go to Matthew chapter 6, all right, in verse 19 and 20, man. It says, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth where moth and rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven where neither moth nor rust doeth corrupt. It says, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. You see, so we can't let temporary distractions or peer pressure, cause us to lose our eternal reward, man. All right, we got to focus on heavenly treasures, man. Your crown is worth more than anything, all right, in this life that's temporary, man. You see. So let me go to let's go to Matthew chapter 24, man. Okay, now I end it off. Matthew chapter 24. Okay, in verse 44 it says, therefore be ye also ready. Let me see if I can start up one. Is the good man of the house. I'm gonna start at verse 43. It says, but know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would have not suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be ye all also ready, for in such an hour ye think not the Son of Man cometh. You see? So we constantly have to be on guard, man. You see? Every decision, we make matters, man. You see, every influence matters. You see, and we have to stay ready. All right. So you got to protect your crown, man. Okay. That's the whole, like the scriptures say, this is the conclusion of the whole matter. You see, well, protect your crown, man. You see, not everyone values what we have, man. You see, these people don't see this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding understand it as for the treasure that it truly is, man. All right, for the value of it, man. You see, some people see it and they want to destroy it simply because you know what I'm saying. They already through, man. You see, they threw them goddamn selves, man. You know, so we got to be wise. We got to be vigilant, man. You see, you got to be faithful until the end, man. You see, so don't let nobody take your. Don't let these niggas, all right, at your job, all right. Don't let your family members, all right. Don't let a nigga at the store or a nigga in traffic, take your crown, man. You see, hold fast. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna end it off on that Revelations one more time, man. Revelations chapter 3 and verse 11. It reads, "Behold, I come quickly. Hold that, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown." All right. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles, a great millstone, that teach and rule well. And as always, peace and salutations to the elect. Shalom.